Welcome to the outskirts of the Indian capital of New Delhi, where we come to the Bud International Circuit, where today is qualifying for the Indian Grand Prix. It's just finished up, and we are now going to give you the grid for the Grand Prix. Some few new faces as well, by the way, if you the keen-eyed viewers. In 20th it's Joe Grand New, in the first one in 19th place. Not a great qualifying for him, but it's Isaac Hadjar in the RB, replacing Yuki Tsunoda this weekend. So of course 2 weeks ago had a big incident in the US Grand Prix on the opening lap where he was collected by Carlos Sainz in the inner loop on the first lap in that big pile up. He has I think it was compression fracture in his vertebrae, so he should be back next week. Of course, we had Eric Jones earlier this year in NASCAR have a 2-week break. This is Tsunoda's second week, so hopefully we'll see him back for the Korean Grand Prix. And his teammate Liam Lawson, the one who's favourite to replace Nick De Vries in Red Bull next year after Sainz made a switch from Red Bull to Williams. He's down in 18th place. Porsche, he's making his F1 return after a stint in IndyCar. He's in 17th place, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli in 16th, hot prospect of the future. Of course, replacing Frederick Vesti. It was meant to be Mick Schumacher this weekend replacing Vesti, who's currently in Mugello racing in the European Le Mans Series. But it's going to be Antonelli instead, as he is one of the favourites to race a Mercedes next year. I don't know who to replace, either Vesti or Russell maybe. I don't know, I don't think either should be replaced in my opinion. Anyway, 15th Sargent, 14th Verstappen, Albon 13th, Championship leader Magnussen in 12th, Ocon 11th, Hulkenberg 10th, Oscar Piastri in 9th, Lance Stroll in 8th, Gasly in 7th, and Jack Crawford, the man who, to be honest, I think is the weakest driver of the 3 F2 drivers to come up this weekend. So I am very surprised that he finds himself in 6th place. Of course, the American Aston Martin Junior driver replacing Drogovic for the same reason as Vesti. Yeah, it was Van Dorn, of course, in Malaysia, and Crawford was always going to do it in India, depending on how his F2 season went, and it's not gone too badly. So anyway, yeah, Lando Norris 5th, Leclerc 4th, De Vries 3rd, Sainz 2nd, and George Russell, the man who almost won last time out in Watkins Glen, overtaken on the final lap in the 4th to last corner, I think, of Charles Leclerc, and then ended up spinning out anyway. Ended up finishing 2nd place. He is on pole. He gets the point for pole position for the US Grand Prix, Indian Grand Prix, sorry. So let's have a little watch of George Russell's pole lap. Let's see how he did it. This isn't the pole lap, probably is. No, yeah, that is the pole lap. So let's fast forward a little bit and watch a pole lap from George Russell. Of course, first time F1 has been to India since 2013 at this very circuit. Sebastian Vettel, I think, won every single race, but there's no Vettel this weekend. So anyway, turn 1, brake hard for a tightish right-hander, not too tight though, before an uphill left-hander. This is the tight one, such a tight right-hander. It's uphill as well, such a tricky braking zone. Before, I think, is the longest straight on the calendar. No, not Le Mans. Probably the second longest straight on the calendar behind Le Mans. Such a long one. And all the speed you can get. DRS as well on the front straight and this straight. First time the DRS has, I think, been in place since Malaysia, potentially. Anyway, another tightish right-hander before downhill. Of course, the track opens up a bit before that. And then for a fairly quick left-hander before another tight, long left-hander. So yeah, a little bit of like a kind of chicane, but not really. Right, left. Probably could be a bit quicker, to be fair. But anyway, a long right-hander, stadium section. Got the MotoGP layout in the inside. But you take the outside for another left-right kink. Probably could be a bit quicker, but oh well. For penultimate corner, a long right-hander before another tight left-hander. A lot of tight corners in this track, very tricky one to master. As he grounds the final corner, and he opens that DRS flap. George Russell will set a lap time to go pole position. That's not the finish line, this is. There we go, George Russell on pole. For the Indian Grand Prix, it's a 10:30 lights out over in the UK, 3 o'clock Indian time. Of course, they've got that weird 30-minute time zone. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.